Your girl is pregnant, 7 months pregnant to be exact, and nobody really knows. What's up, y'all, and welcome to my channel. I'm Court, and I am so happy and so elated to be expecting our third child. This is my second pregnancy, but we're expecting our third child, which of course means that the first time around we had twins. That was about almost 5 years ago that we had them, and the original plan was for us to, well, at least my plan was to have more kids back to back to back. I wanted at least 5 because I wanted to have like my own basketball team, but no. Yes, but no. And one of the reasons why I really wanted to have 5 kids was I grew up with just me and my sister, and we were 5 years apart, and we always wanted and wished that we had a brother, an older brother. We always wished that we had a younger sister. So of course, when it came time for me to start having my own kids, I was like, I want a whole squad. I don't want just one. I don't want just 2. I want a whole squad. So I just have a sister, and then my husband, he's an only child. He has half brothers, but they're like much older than him. So he was basically raised and grew up as an only child, and he likes it. He thought it was cool, but I don't. So I wanted a whole squad. He was more like, we'll see. We'll see. So the plan was, to have the girls, and then like a couple of years later, have another sibling or siblings, whatever was gonna happen, whatever was gonna go on in here, whatever we got is what we got. And a lot of people always ask me this question, like they would always say this to me, like, what if you have more twins? And we're like, that would be cool. Yeah, so like I'm just really happy to be here and be in this space because it has definitely been a journey. We had planned, maybe 2 years later to start having the next set of kids. But, it just didn't work out that way. God had other plans, and that's perfectly okay because he does know what's best for us and in our lives and everything that's going on. So I am just so happy to be here now, and I'm just so thankful that I get to experience this and that I'm able to share it with you all. This has been a tough pregnancy. I know a lot of people, when they hear twins or multiples, they're like, oh my goodness, but actually for us, with it being our first ever experience with pregnancy, it was actually pretty easy. And I think it helped a lot that it just seemed like our girls were very chill, but the whole pregnancy process was super easy for us. No complications, no problems. We were high risk, but it was just because of the type of twins that we were having, but there weren't any complications. My girls were in there, they were chilling. We did end up having a C-section, but again, it wasn't because of a complication. It was just because they were like, oh, baby A is smaller than baby B, and we just don't want to risk, having to go through having a natural and then having to have a C-section. So they just scheduled us for a C-section. That's another topic for a whole nother, that's a whole other story in itself. But it wasn't bad, and so we were always open to having more, and people were always like, what if you have twins again? What if you guys have twins again? Like it's like some bad thing. We were like, it'll be cool, right? We're already prepared. We already had it. And it wasn't as bad as people make it seem. So we were okay with having twins. But of course, this time around, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed to find out that it wasn't twins, just a tad bit. But I'm just happy that there is a baby, that our family is growing. I'm just happy in that sense. But this pregnancy has been much more difficult than carrying the twins. We know that all pregnancies are different. And I was younger when I had the twins. I was more in shape when I had the twins because I was just kind of right off of my college track career. And now here I am, 30 and pregnant with a singleton, which I assumed would have been much easier, but this pregnancy has been tough. It has been so rough from the start, even up until now. It hasn't felt good, and I've been in a lot of pain, and much more pain than I had when I was carrying my twins. So this has been a rough ride, but even through the pain and everything, it's just a constant reminder that I am pregnant, that we are having another baby, and that just gives me so much joy. Even in the pain, even in the struggles and the lack of being able to do the things, I'm just so grateful and I'm just so thankful, and I welcome the pain. I welcome the struggles. Yes, as long as we have this baby and this baby comes out healthy and I'm healthy in the end, I'll take it all. I'll take it all at this point, because at one point, we weren't able to be here. So I'm just happy to be here. It's also been really tough mentally. And I believe I was okay for the first couple of years. I was cool. I was more upset at my husband because I was like, I want to have more now while my body is still fresh and still young. I don't want to wait till later. I don't want them to be so spaced apart. But he was like, just chill. Let's just chill, you know? Then when we did want to have kids and then it was like, it wasn't happening for us, it was like, okay, you know, but I just kept my faith in God and I was like, you know, if this is God's will for us, then this is what God's will for us is, you know, like we're gonna rock out with these two. I'm thankful to be blessed with these two and this is what we're gonna rock out and this is what we're gonna do. The few months like before I found out that we were having another child was like kind of the hardest, and it's such an interesting, it's just very interesting to me how things played out and how things flow, because when like things like started like really hitting me hard was like when one of my friends, she came over and she was like she was pregnant, and like I was so happy and excited for her. But then like this is the first time that this thought had ever crept and came into my mind. But I was like, why not me? Why is everyone else, and it's not no jealousy or anything there, it's like everyone else, like they're able to like live these lives and you know they're just having their babies back to back to back, and I never thought that that would not be a possibility for me, but here I am, and it's like, why not me? Why can't I have that news to share with other people, you know? Very funny because this friend that I was talking about, she's currently pregnant as well. She's like a month or so ahead of me. So when she came and she told me, was like a month before we then found out that we were expecting. So like how crazy is that? And it was only with her that I had in my mind, I was like, why not me? Why am I not having this story to share with others? I know that that's not an original thought of mine. That's not how I really and actually feel. It was something that was like trying to like creep up on me and creep into my mind to, you know, I don't know. I just knew that it was a very foreign thought and feeling that I was having that was happening in that moment. And it only happened in that moment with her. And I just remember like, you know, like whatever happens is what happens, you know, God knows what's best. God is good, whether or not we have more or not. You know, things are crazy right now in the world, and do we want to be pregnant in a world like this right now? You know, it's just whatever it was, I was like, no, we're going to find contentment in where we are. I'm going to love on the babies that I have, and we're going to just live life. And I'm not going to focus on this. I'm not going to let this get me down. And I'm not going to sit in this feeling because one is not even a real feeling that I actually have. It was just a random thought that came into my mind and like this random feeling that wanted to take hold of me. But like, I just like, no, we're not doing that. And then literally a month later, what happens? Like we find out that we're having a baby. God is really good. How we found out, that's who. If y'all want to know the story about how we found out, let me know in the comments below because it's a story. It's a story. It's a lot of information, a lot of business. I don't know if I want to share all of my business, but you know, maybe I can give you a little bit if you want to know. So like the thumbnail and like the title of this video said, like we're 7 months pregnant and nobody really knows. Now, when I say nobody, I don't mean like absolutely nobody, but a good majority of people don't know. So the first people that we told were our girls, which I know is very risky. It's like, you're going to tell kids? Kids don't know how to keep secrets. But our girls actually did a really great job of keeping it a secret. Like, we have to like praise them and celebrate them because they did an excellent job understanding the assignment and keeping it a secret. They did not tell a soul. They didn't tell anyone. And we didn't have to like, oh, don't say that. We didn't have to do any of that. We just told them, hey, this is something for us to know right now, and we're going to wait to tell everyone else, okay? So this is our family secret. I hate to use that word secret because, you know, that can set up for some really sketchy and shady stuff. But we did tell them like, hey, this is our secret. And, you know, we don't really want to tell anyone right now, but we'll let you know when we can tell them. And they were like, okay, cool. They were so happy, so excited that they were going to have a baby. They had been asking already for like if mommy's going to have a baby. They would go around, they'll put stuff in their shirts like they're having a baby. And, you know, they would just talk about it. So they were super excited to find out that they were going to be having a sibling. And so they did a great job of keeping that a secret. And so then the next people that we told were our parents. And the initial plan was to only keep it with our girls and our parents. I don't know why I had this thought in my head. I just didn't really feel like wanting to tell other people about what's going on with us. Just one, because I didn't really feel like people cared. And I didn't want to go through the disappointment of me being exciting and me sharing this part of my life with you only for them to, one, maybe not be as excited as like I would hope that they would be. Two, for them to have information about what's going on in my life, but them not share anything that's going on with them. Like, it's kind of like, I'm telling you all of my business, but I don't know nothing about you kind of situation. So all of those things were like going through my mind, which kind of led me to the decision that like, I just want to keep it between us. And then just because I really wanted to take time to just really appreciate this moment. Again, just the journey to get here has been an interesting one. And I just really wanted to just be able to enjoy it peacefully, not have to worry about my mind running with different thoughts about, oh, well, what are people saying? What are they doing? How are they treating me? I just didn't want to have to deal with any of that. And I just really wanted to enjoy this time with our family. It's like our own little family secret. I need a better word. Y'all help me with a better word. You get what I'm trying to say though. Like, I just wanted it to be something special for us, our family. We told my mom, my sister, my nieces, and my nephew. We told them, and my husband's mom. We told her, and I think that was like when we were probably like around 8 weeks or so. I wanted to tell them sooner because we found out they were pregnant when we were 5 weeks. We were 5 weeks pregnant when we found out. And so I wanted to tell them sooner, but my husband was like, well, no, let's wait, because it's supposed to be like the whole waiting period of don't tell, and, because you don't know what'll happen. But because I was struggling so much with like morning sickness and just pain and just mentally, that like, I was like, no, I want somebody else to know. I want our family to know, so then they can support me. They can support us and be there for me and kind of understand why I'm acting the way that I'm acting, because it was throwing me off, y'all. I was so thrown off, and I still am, but like, we're able to understand why, right? So there's not this unnecessary tension and fighting that needs to happen, because we understand that just my hormones and things are off, which is causing me to, be a little bit more sharp, a little bit more snappy about things. And so we can better navigate, those relationships better with them knowing, and then just being able to have the support of somebody to know, like, I'm struggling, I am hurting, I am sick, I am in pain, and just having somebody to talk to about that. So that's why I wanted to like let our parents know ahead of time, and my husband agreed with that. Just this year has been completely wild. So earlier in the year, we lost my husband's father, and then a few weeks after we found out that we were pregnant, then we lost my grandfather. That's when my aunts and cousins and things, that's when they found out that we were having a baby, because we were there for my grandfather's passing, and we were there planning for the funeral. And I just thought that it would be awkward to like be keeping this information, while like we're around each other and stuff. So I did end up telling them. That wasn't part of the plan, but since we're in this situation, it just felt like it would be good and it would be right to, let them know. But we still hadn't told anyone else on my husband's side of the family. They actually just found out maybe a week or so ago. They just found out. Well, they didn't find out. We just told them. We just told them a week ago. They didn't find out. We told them. 2 of my friends have given birth during this time that I've known that I've been pregnant, and they have no idea that we are having another baby. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. My friend Shauna, who I told you I was pregnant, she was like coming over like all the time, and just like talking about her pregnancy, and like I just had to like keep my mouth closed. One, because I was trying to be like a better friend and not focus so much on me and like hijack her story and like talk about me over what she wanted to talk about. So I didn't say anything, although she was coming over. My stomach was growing, which, I was very shocked and surprised that I still think that even now with me being 7 months pregnant, I don't think most people would even know if they looked at me. Like, you would have to like really know me and like really look at me to be able to be like, oh yeah, you're most definitely. People may be like, maybe, but she couldn't tell. But like, we're literally sitting here in the house just chilling together, and she had absolutely no idea. And yeah, she was a little bit upset, and I get it, I understand. And all of you who are on here who know us and who are just finding out, I'm pretty sure that you're feeling a little kind of like and I get it. I totally get it. It just is what it is. Yeah, here we are, 7 months, and nobody knows. But I guess if you watch this video, you know now. You know now. I have another channel and they don't know either. Like they have absolutely no idea. Like I've hid it from them as well. I'm still creating content over there. I'm still, doing things, but they really don't know, and I just don't know if I even want to tell them because, like do they need to know that much information? I know eventually I am going to have to tell them just because I'm going to have to tell them. I just don't know when, I just don't know how. It's just like I don't know like how to tell people, and I just don't really have a feeling of like telling people. I just really kind of want to just be like, I just pop up one day, whenever we see each other and be like, oh yeah, we had another baby kind of situation. But I don't know. These are people who we have had like real and significant relationships with, but just as all of us started our lives, we just kind of went our separate ways. And it's just things that I just don't want to put myself out there to be hurt. And different people get hurt in different ways, and I know for me that I would feel some type of way if I told people and they didn't reciprocate that joy. I would feel some type of way if I told people and then they were like overbearingly like asking me all of these questions, and I just didn't want to do like all the fake like, oh yeah, and I didn't want to do any of that, which I felt like would have like happened. Another reason is just because we don't really talk and communicate. It's just like I didn't want to feel as though like it's a fake relationship where I'm telling you updates about my life, but there's like no updates or no natural check-ins that's coming from the other side, right? So I just kind of wanted to, just chill on that. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to just appreciate this moment and take it in for ourselves. And, I still don't know. Again, we're 7 months. We're 7 months in and they still don't know. So I don't really know how I want to tell people. I guess whenever this video comes out will be the way. Hey guys, yeah, we're having a baby. They have no idea. Oh, let me show you what I look like so you can kind of understand a little bit. So here's my tummy, and this is 7 months for me. 7 months, and this is what we have going on. Can you tell or not? Like, I already had a stomach before, so that's why I feel like a lot of people can't really tell, because I was already a big girl. Right? So yeah, this is where we are 7 months right now. And I guess another one of the reasons is that I don't really want to go through the conversations of like, oh, well, good thing it's not twins. And, oh, well, aren't you relieved that you didn't have another set of twins? What if you would have had another set of twins? And it's like, yo, chill. Having twins is not bad. It's not bad at all. And I would have been ecstatic. I would have been absolutely ecstatic to have another set of twins. And I still would be. But again, I know that people are going to feel some type of way that we didn't tell them and that they didn't know. But at the same time, I'm just doing what I feel most comfortable with and what makes me the most happy during this time. I don't want that extra stress of having to worry about what other people are saying, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So we're just so thankful, and we're just kind of in a place where we just want to be peaceful, and we just want to take more time focused in on our family and appreciating the things that God has blessed us with, because it truly is a blessing. I did record us finding out the gender of the baby, but I don't know if I'll put that on this channel or if that'll be on my other channel or what. More than likely it'll be on my other channel because it has more to do with that. So yeah, we'll see how this plays out, but just keep an eye out on both channels. My other channel is The Station Bakery, but I'll link it below in the description. This is such a special moment for us with losing my husband's dad. I believe he was 97 years old. My husband's dad lived to be 97 years old, and he was still so full of life, still so vibrant, just still, had so much life in him. And so, losing him was a doozy. And actually, like, he's like one of like the first like close-knit people that we've lost in our family. And then, to just have like a few months later to lose my grandfather, who is very instrumental in like my life and in my family, and my business and things were like modeled after him and my grandmother. and their entrepreneurial spirits and stuff. So taking those two hits, those two losses, although we're so thankful for their life and us being able to see their life and experience their life, and how much that they have done and given for us. My grandfather was 94, and we're so thankful, and just being able to be blessed with this baby is like the icing on the cake. It's like everything is worth it. God wrote this story. Like, God wrote this story. And there's even more to the story that I haven't currently shared. It's been painful, but I appreciate the pain because the pain is part of the beauty of this whole story. But I am excited. I am thrilled. The girls are happy and thrilled. Yeah, that is my story of how I'm 7 months pregnant and nobody knows, but you know now. Now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, thank y'all so much. Send me some kind words in the comments. Let me know your experiences, your thoughts, and if you want to join me in my life journey as I share and upload more videos, hit the subscribe button. I have a lot more coming. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.